Let me first start off by saying that I very much appreciate the community's input in Lee District, meeting with the Kingstown Board, and very personal conversations that I've had with residents over the past 2 weeks regarding the proposed plan amendment on the Topgolf site in Kingstown. Before I make my motion, I do wish to read a statement. I think just because there's a lot of interest in this and there's a lot of folks in the community watching, I have a few remarks that I'm going to make, and then we'll proceed. We have received an outpouring of correspondence from communities throughout Kingstown and Greater Franconia. Overwhelmingly, that correspondence was in opposition, or at the very least expressing skepticism to the proposed plan amendment. I very much appreciate the correspondence from the community and have expressed that I will move to defer tonight's decision only so that myself and Supervisor Lusk can more fully engage the community. Most notably, but not exclusively, in a town hall tentatively scheduled for August 31st. As you may be aware, a petition circulated online, which, as of this meeting, has garnered over 900 signatures. It is a clear reflection of the profound care and concern that residents have for their homes and communities. A number of concerns were raised in the petition and in online commentary, which I will broadly speak to. First and foremost are the site conditions. In my view, a critical step in this process is a demonstrated commitment from the applicant to secure the site and apply for the necessary permits. I addressed the site conditions directly with the applicant's attorney, and they have conveyed the following to me. Cleaning crews visited the site during the previous week and removed 2 truckloads of debris. Cleaning crews were scheduled to return this week. Existing buildings will or have been boarded up again. The property will be mowed again this week. The applicant has applied for a demolition permit. The permit requires utility capping and shutoff. That may last upwards of 6 weeks to complete. Additionally, and I want to emphasize this point, the site must be secure in a method most practicable and to the benefit of the public safety. However, a complete fencing may impede access by police, fire, and EMS, and additional tall fencing may require permits. Supervisor Lusk's office and staff will work with the applicant to further secure the site. But I do want to emphasize that securing the site is of critical importance. Second, the plan amendment itself. Out of abundance of caution, I do want to clarify and distinguish the proposal under discussion from a development. The proposal before you is an amendment to the comprehensive plan. Broadly, it tells us what can be possible on the site and sets the parameters for a future development, which must undergo a lengthy and separate rezoning process. The rendering of the layout that's circulated and is the banner image on the petition is not what is being proposed today. The layout is not on the table, and I do not agree with the proposed 12 dwelling units per acre. Next, I do want to lightly touch on a few areas, knowing full well that we will receive many more comments and have additional opportunities to work with the community on these specific topics. But first is recreation and usable and breathable open space. When Topgolf departed, we lost a vital recreation area. And a successful application will include usable, and I also want to emphasize that word, and publicly accessible open space. 2, trails, connectivity, and pedestrian safety. Kingstown possesses a vibrant and vital trail network that runs between and through its neighborhoods. Each neighborhood is a distinct enclave, yet also retains vital connections to other neighborhoods. Widening and connecting existing trails should be a critical and defining and integrating feature of a future development. Additionally, crosswalks should be upgraded and strive to employ best practices in pedestrian safety and comfort. 3, environmental best practices. Presently, this site is mostly concrete and covered by AstroTurf, and asphalt. A future development must include stormwater best practices. A careful examination of claims regarding past usage, as well as impacts to Kingstown Lake, should be made. Additionally, I strongly suggest that we make the best use of existing bufferings and topography in the site design. Housing density. Lastly, it is important to underscore the dire and critical need for affordable and quality housing. The existing plan language of 3 to 4 dwelling units per acre was drafted in 1991 and may not be aligned with existing needs. We are facing an affordability crisis which compels us to take action now. The county has limited tools and resources, and offering developers a bonus of additional density to construct affordable units is one such method. And I want to just add that I am also speaking broadly here, though it may be specific to the proposal. Affordable housing is, again, a broad term, but in this context, it likely means households that make 60 to 70% of the area median income, or $70,000 to $90,000 in household income per year. 30 years ago, people could move to Fairfax County, put down roots, raise a family, and age in place. These folks, both then and now, are usually in their late 20s to late 30s. They are GS-11s and GS-12s, police officers, firefighters, teachers, nurses, and a range of entry to mid-level positions and organizations throughout our region, of which there is no shortage of demand, given the astronomical growth and economic success of Fairfax County. Fairfax County estimates that it needs 18,000 affordable units for households making up to 80% of AMI, or area median income, by 2034, just to keep pace. We depend heavily on a diverse range of incomes to support the needs of our employers and county services, to include our schools. A stratification of households by income will not support our schools or lessen traffic. The city of Venice Beach in Los Angeles County is an example of what happens when outdated land use policies are used to constrain development. Between 1960 and 2010, the city shrank 20%, while metropolitan Los Angeles grew by 91%. Both rents and property values increased substantially, while crime persisted, and the sense of community and culture that residents thought to preserve actually disappeared. I know in my heart this is not what residents are articulating in their comments, and there is a diversity of housing stock in the area. However, I was alarmed at the very small amount of comments regarding housing, and ask that we keep an open mind and open heart throughout this process. I understand that a mostly market-rate townhouse development is not a panacea for our affordable housing crisis, but the small steps we take with each development can go a long way. With that being said, I want to reiterate that I am very much looking forward to working with the community and enthusiastically working towards a solution, especially on the aforementioned areas, as well as congestion and education. I very much appreciate the discussions with the Kingstown Board, the very personal discussions I have had with residents, and the outpouring of correspondence from the community. I take it all to heart, and I take it very seriously. Mr. Chairman, I move that the Planning Commission further defer decision only of PA 2015-Roman numeral 4-RH1 Topgolf Site, Kingstown area, with the record remaining open for public comment to allow for additional public input and analysis of the proposed development to a date certain of September 8th, 2021.
We're not meeting September 8th.
We're not meeting September 8th.
What's the date?
September 22nd.
September 22nd? Excuse me. September 2nd, excuse me.
No.
To a date, what's the date for the?
September 22nd.
Our first meeting back is September 22nd.
Okay. To a date certain of September 22nd, 2021.
Seconded by Commissioner Stranley. Is there a discussion of the motion? All those in favor of the motion to defer PA 2015 Roman numeral 4 RH1 to a date certain of September 22nd with the record remaining open for written comments, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries, and the chair abstains, not present for the public hearing. Okay?